In our world, Harry did what no one expected. He snapped the Elder Wand in half, casting its power away forever. But what if he hadn't? What if, in that single pivotal moment, he hesitated? What if he kept it? This is what could have happened. Ron and Hermione watch as he raises the wand. They wait for him to break it, but this time he doesn't. Instead, he lowers it. "Harry, we should destroy it," Hermione says, voice cautious, concerned. "It's too dangerous," Ron adds. "No one should have that much power." Harry's fingers tighten around the wand. He feels it, the energy, the control, the sheer power at his fingertips. "I'll get rid of it," he tells them, but deep down, he knows. He's lying. At first, nothing changes. Harry returns to normal life, moves into Grimmauld Place, starts training as an Auror. But the Elder Wand, it never stops calling to him. Spells that once drained him now feel effortless. Duels that once challenged him are now a joke. The magic that once exhausted him feels infinite. It's intoxicating. One day, in an Auror training duel, Harry disarms 3 opponents at once. With a single flick of the wrist, Merlin's beard, Kingsley mutters. The others stare. They know. And Harry? He doesn't deny it, because power is not something to be feared. It's something to be used. The world is broken. Even after Voldemort's fall, there are still threats. Death Eaters hiding, corruption in the Ministry. And Harry watches as justice moves too slowly. They're getting away with it, he mutters. "We have to trust the system," Hermione argues. "No, we don't." Because why should he trust a broken system? When he holds the power to fix it himself. He tracks them down. The ones who slipped through the cracks. Dolohov, Rowle, Mulciber. One by one, he finds them. And with the Elder Wand in hand, no one can stop him. Hermione pleads with him. Ron warns him, but Harry doesn't listen. "I'm doing what needs to be done." And deep down, part of him knows. This is exactly what Voldemort once told himself, but he doesn't care, because he's not Voldemort. He's better. The changes happen gradually. His patience wears thin. He questions orders from the Ministry. He stops asking for permission. It's for the greater good, he tells himself. At first, people praise him. He's the only one who can keep us safe. He's the chosen one. He knows best. But then the whispers begin. He's dangerous. Who will stop him if he goes too far? Even Ron starts to distance himself. Hermione refuses to speak to him, but none of that matters. Because with the Elder Wand in his hand, he doesn't need them. One night, he stands before the Mirror of Erised. Years ago, he saw his parents smiling at him. Now, the reflection has changed. He sees himself, older, stronger, more powerful than anyone. The world bows before him, not out of fear, but respect. He blinks. The image disappears. His hands tremble. And suddenly, he realizes he wants this. And it terrifies him, because that this was the same hunger for power that had consumed Dumbledore in his youth, the same thirst that led Voldemort to immortality. And now, it was in him. One night, Hermione arrives. She doesn't beg him to stop. She doesn't argue. She simply looks at him and says, "Is this who you wanted to become?" And for the first time in years, he hesitates. He looks at his reflection in the window. A stranger stares back. The Elder Wand hums in his hand, whispering, "You don't have to let go. You can have it all." But deep down, Harry knows. Power doesn't just corrupt, it consumes. And so, at last, he makes his choice. The next morning, Harry walks alone to the Forbidden Forest. He kneels, and with a deep breath, he snaps the Elder Wand in half. The magic shrieks as it dies, vanishing into the wind. For the first time in years, Harry feels light. And as he walks away, leaving the shattered wand behind, he realizes power was never the answer. Letting go was. So, what if Harry had kept the Elder Wand? Would he have become the most powerful wizard of all time? Or would he have lost himself along the way? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more what-if scenarios, because sometimes the smallest choice creates the biggest consequences.